Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and Solo: A Star Wars Story is just like 2 months away, a little less than 2 months away, and Lucasfilm is getting ready for it. Ron Howard said that they're getting ready to go on the press tour. Expect them to launch a Death Star sized just assault on this particular movie to make sure everyone knows everything is great, everyone knows everything is awesome, and on Memorial Day weekend, it will own everything. And I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty susceptible to marketing, good marketing. And if it's good marketing, I'm going to be like super hyped for the movie. In fact, I am hyped for the movie. I want to see it, even though it could possibly suck, which is kind of what we're going to talk about today. So, Vulture. Right. They ran an article where they spoke with an unnamed person who worked on the movie, an unnamed actor, and they were able to get a little bit of insight into what happened with the Phil Lord and Chris Miller breakup from Solo and Ron Howard coming in and what he fixed. In fact, this is what they say. Vulture source, who declined to be identified because he's not authorized to publicly discuss the movie at this time, felt Lord and Miller were out of their depth, more cut out for light comedy. The Lego Movie in 2012's big screen adaptation of 21 Jump Street, the movies for which the pair earned the reputation for delivering surprise hits, than the kind of big-budget, galaxy-questing action that Lucasfilm required. And this was always kind of a question many people had, right? It was always kind of a question for that. Whether or not Phil Lord and Chris Miller would be the right people for the job. When they were announced, I was actually 100% on board, because I felt like the rogue nature of Han Solo, the sarcastic wit of the character, they would be able to really kind of play a lot of that up. But I believe I was wrong in that one, because given everything that I've seen and read coming out of the movie, yeah, they really they missed the mark for what I think Disney was trying to do, and I think these things happen, but on a big movie like this, you don't want it to. In fact, the article does continue with, to hear our source tell it, the main difference between the co-director's filmmaking style and Howard's boiled down to efficiency. Where Lord and Miller would typically demand more than 30 takes of a given scene, seemingly unsure of what they wanted other than a delivery different from the last, Howard got the job done in no more than 2 or 3 takes. Phil and Chris are good directors, but they weren't prepared for Star Wars, says our source. After the 25th take, the actors are looking at each other like, this is getting weird. Lord and Miller seemed a bit out of control. They definitely felt the pressure. With one of these movies, there are so many people on top of you all the time. The first assistant director was really experienced and had to step in to help them direct a lot of scenes. Now, the spokesperson for Miller and Lord says this information is completely inaccurate, but declined to cite specific inaccuracies. She also declined to make the directors available for an interview. And that's basically where the article kind of goes off on that information. So it was just a little bit. It was a nugget of info that they then continued on talking about Howard for a while, which makes sense. Howard is a good director. Splash, Willow, even the Da Vinci Code movies were fun. Maybe not the best things ever, but they were fun and they were properly dramatic, and I did enjoy them. He can tell a story like this, and I think that's what we're going to see. But looking at the idea here of the difference in directors, you could see that that Phil Lord and Chris Miller, if this is to be believed to be true, and I do believe that it ultimately is, they have, they shot so many scenes and so many scenes, and it just made the actors get worn out. And then here comes Ron Howard to reshoot most of the movie. They do a setup, they do 2-3 takes, he gets what he wants, and he moves on. It might be one of the reasons why he was so keen to share behind the scenes photos on social media, because they were just rapidly shooting through this movie. Also, you had Don Glover coming out and praising Ron Howard, and that might be because the type of directing that he did was just different and more efficient than what Phil Lord and Chris Miller did. And that's entirely a reality as well, or possible reality as well. The thing is, I am excited for this movie. I know I have my problems with The Last Jedi, as do many of you out there. We agree in a lot of the problems, but this is one that I want to see, because Howard is a good director. And Lawrence Kasdan wrote the script. It's his last time writing a Star Wars movie. So I'm in regardless of the drama. Disney may have written it off, but as a fan, as a diehard fan, I'm still going to go see it. I just hope we one day get the full story out of what happened. Or maybe somebody will finally squeal on Kathleen Kennedy and show everyone that, yeah, she's the problem here. I know. I rag on her a lot, but I still feel that it's just the problem goes to the top, and that should have been addressed. I know there's producers that come in and there's producers that oversee everything, and that might have been part of that pressure. But you should have vetted these people better. And since they were hires by Kathleen Kennedy, the buck absolutely stops with them, as will be the success or failure of Solo. So anyway, what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know your thoughts. My name, of course, is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back often for more content from me. And if you want to do that, you can do that right now.